Good evening, this is Doc with Dr. Patrick Live. Tonight we're going to talk about what happened to you. Too often the question that many people ask when it comes to kids reporting abuse is they ask, what's wrong with you? But the question needs to be changed. The paradigm shifted to not so much what's wrong with you, but what happened to you. We live in a culture where children, when they report, it's almost like they're viewed as liars, like they're making something up. But we have to think about how the brain is developing and how a child is trying to explain their story, their life. Speaking out about traumatic experiences is very uncomfortable and extremely painful to a child. And so when we ask them to talk, we need to put them in the healthiest, calmest environment. So if you go someplace and that environment is where the abuse took place, if you can peacefully move them somewhere else, move them away from their home, go to a safe place and interview them with their guard down, help them relax so that hypervigilant state in their mind can kind of let go. It's a tricky thing, right? Because sometimes removing them from the home even freaks them out more. Traditionally, children don't disclose when abuse happens because society does label them as liars. But the truth is, the vast majority of children don't make up abuse. It is more common to lie about abuse not happening. Like, hey, is something wrong with you? Oh, no. Than it is to lie about abuse that did occur, according to the research. Matter of fact, years ago, R.C. Summit came up with this idea. He called it the Child Sexual Abuse Accommodation Syndrome. Now, it's not an actual syndrome, it's more like a theoretical model. But in there, he talks about 5 categories as to how children respond and view their experience of abuse. He talks about secrecy, helplessness, entrapment and accommodation, delayed disclosure, and recantation. So to better understand these, we have to kind of take a deep look. 90% of alleged offenders are offended or abused by someone they know. A common misperception is that a child being abused will speak up to protect themselves. But that's not how the hypervigilant state works, right? We go into one of the 5 F's. We fight, we flee, we freeze, we fawn, or we just say F it and just become helpless. And that's an automatic response to all the years of the abuse happening in us so that we lose the ability to speak up. It's almost like we view it as, what's the point? No one's going to help me, so why do it? Some become entrapped and accommodate, right? They get into that fawn, they just do what they have to do to survive. Some delay to disclose because it's not safe and they look for an opportunity. And when the child does disclose, if they feel like it's not heard, right? Or if they reach out to the law enforcement or child protective services in whatever state they're in, and it's not heard, the child starts to believe no one cares. No one cares about me. And that's a terrifying feeling to experience. The coping mechanisms children adopt should not be overlooked or seen as fabrication, right? We have to give them a safe place. We have to hear their voice. Children need to believe, right, that someone cares, that someone will intervene, and someone will listen to them. They believe many times, right, that no one is going to say anything. And sometimes the abuser will tell them, hey, no one's going to do anything. No one's going to do anything. And when they see law enforcement or child protective services walk away from them, then they start to believe the abuser, and that helpless state sets in. We have to be the eyes and ears for those. We have to be the voice for those. So if you see something, say something, and keep saying it. Never give up. Peace out, Doc.